Hi, C. Alex Smith here. I'm a science fiction writer and the editor of Speculative Fiction Fix. One of the jobs of science fiction is to mirror subjects that make us uncomfortable back to us, both the good and the bad. That's why we've seen so many stories lately about tyranny and oppression, and I'm no exception. What I've been writing lately reflects my mood about society as I see it. But I want to change that. Another job of science fiction is to help us picture our future, to give our culture something to shoot for as we move forward. And according to recent polls, it doesn't appear that autocracy and oppression are as popular as they used to be. And I think that's true whether the autocrat is a person or an AI. So, what should science fiction be showing us right now? Gene Roddenberry, the visionary creator of Star Trek, showed us the way. He died in 1991. While he did live to see the more egalitarian world that he imagined in 1966, there were plenty of his imaginings he didn't get to see come to fruition.
He showed us magical medical technology that could peek inside a human or near human body without cutting it open. He lived long enough to see CAT scanners in most American hospitals, but not long enough to see MRIs in hospitals and radiological centers everywhere in the US. Gene showed us a communicator that could connect to anyone on a planet instantly and allowed you to talk to them in real time. But he never got to see a world where flip phones made that fiction a reality. Then he showed us a tricorder that could see and analyze its environment and provide a wealth of information. But he died way too soon to see smartphones with lenses and microphones in everyone's palm. And though he invented a talking computer that put all of man's knowledge at the fingertips of the crew of the Enterprise, he never lived to see those smartphones able to connect to Google. Granted, there's still some things we haven't fully realized yet. The holodeck still needs some work, and so could the replicator, but a company called TimePlast is working on that right now. Just watch this video.
Hey everyone, it's Manuel here, and today we're going to peel back the curtain on something wild, the manifester. You may have heard us talk about it like it's science fiction, but trust me, we're about to show you how it's actually science fact. Here's the deal. The manifester is basically our love child of crazy advanced timeless filaments, a custom 3D printing rig designed by StreetCube, my other company, and a tailored AI that listens to you like a wish-granting genie. You talk, it prints. Simple as that. So how does it work? Traditional 3D printing relies on thermoplastics, crude polymers that melt, extrude, and solidify. Our filaments are different. They're multidimensional metamaterials, water-soluble, polar, and programmable at the molecular level. Each filament carries functional payloads, nutrients, conductors, dissolvable phases, designed for specific outcomes. Unlike plastics, these materials interact with water, light, and biology. That means we can create not just objects, but systems, tools that grow, dissolve, or transfer energy on command. The manifester links natural language to CAD-driven parametric design. When you speak, our AI parses the request, generates the digital model, and slices it for the printer in real time. Then, using the appropriate filament blend, the device prints your object, a part, shoes, forks, a component, ready to function immediately. Think of it as a Star Trek replicator, but rooted in real chemistry and engineering. And now, before the invention of the manifester, we need a heavy injection molding machine to create something as simple as a plastic fork, and another million types of machines to create another million types of products. But now, we will just need our voices. Some people would likely use it to manifest simple things like a milk dissolvable straw made with chocolate. And some other people will use it for far more complex things to address what today seems impossible, like world's hunger. For example, I would personally use it like this. Imagine a manifested multidimensional seed pod. Its shell is built from Templa's desalination filament, pulling salt out of seawater to create fresh water. Inside, layers of Templa's plant vitamin filament dissolves gradually, feeding the seed as it grows. And with time programmable Templa's filaments, the part shifts its behavior week by week, first hydrating, then fertilizing, and then dissolving back into nature. This seed pod can be dropped in the ocean as it is designed to float and to do everything the plant needs to germinate to creation. Vegetables and fruits can grow from seawater at a fraction of today's cost. This isn't just food, this is civilization level engineering. Much like a tomato grown from seawater isn't a tomato, it is a proof of concept for humanity's survival. This seed pod was actually already invented by my other company, Stream Cubed, and we call it Luminite, Mars on Earth project, which we're growing to kick off with Singular City. Because if we can terraform Earth's oceans into farms or cities, we'll know how to terraform Mars into a civilization. This is training for humanity's next chapter, a way to solve hunger here while preparing to build a sustainable society there. The manifester is how we begin to expand human freedom. Terraforming Earth before Mars, or building the tools for survival we need today, or just being able to manifest everyday objects. This is precisely our vision of the future. Of course, one object at a time. Thank you.
Enough dystopian science fiction already. What would you like me to show you instead? What should I make you dream about? What would you like to see in a novel or a movie? What would you like to see in your lifetime? I really want to know. That's why I started a chat over at Speculative Fiction Picks. I'm considering a world where AI and robots are ubiquitous and are doing most of the labor humans are doing now. I also envision a world where our energy needs are supplied by dilithium crystals. Kidding. We've figured out cold fusion. So come on by and dream with me at the link below.